Hello, Katja here, and welcome to this tutorial. Here I have a tissue paper, science lover, and it's from Finnabair. Absolutely stunning. And I will cover my art journal. I'm so sorry that I haven't shown you from the beginning, but I will alter this art journal in craft, and I have already painted it with white gesso. And I painted it with white gesso because I want the pattern on the tissue paper to show. Otherwise I keep it like that, but I really want to show the beautiful paper of this science paper. And now it's time to cover. I'm using soft matte gel to cover my album pages, and you can see I have pulled it off with the spine, the back, so it make it much more easy to work with. When I apply, I am very generous with the soft matte gel, and also the gesso helps to not let the soft matte gel like soak into the surface. I'm working really light-handed because I don't want the tissue paper to tear off or leave so much mark. So be really light-handed. So I apply it and that will glue. I'm also applying a thin coat on the top. My inspiration for this project, it's an old art journal cover, and you see I'm getting inspired of the colors and the layers, but here I want to have like more colorful background. On the other journal I have also working with the paper clay, and that was the idea to show you that the other ones I was doing almost the same, but I wasn't glue it on the surface. This time I will add, like now I start with the 3D glass gel and put it where I want to have my pattern, and it's a great way to add like extra texture on the project. I have a really soft paper clay, so it's easy to work because I will stamp on it. You can also use stencils or find something interesting to add, to make the create. And you see I have a little bit too much, but it's so easy because I don't want it to be too bulky, because this is still one art journal and I want to be able to use it. If it would have been a canvas or only for decoration, I'm sure I had leave more thick layer. And I have these beautiful stamps from redesign of Prima, and it have like text. So I'm stamping now, and if the paper clay stick too much to the stamp, because sometimes it do, you can use like oatmeal or like some other meal. Try on a small piece before you do it on a bigger project. But I'm stamping, and if you're not happy with what you have been stamped, use your finger and do it all over. And here I pick, and I find out that I really love the text more than the roses. It's okay. You can change it until you are happy. And I'm doing almost the same on the back side. I take paper clay and the 3D glass gel because I will stick on the surface, and make it flat and try to not to make the edges like go more to the background. Here I want to leave like a space between those two because I did something similar on the other album, and I really encourage you to look at your previous project and pick inspiration from your own projects, and you find that you will not do the same. You will get new ideas while you are working. So you see, I'm doing the same on this one. Okay, it's very important that everything is dry, and I'm sometimes, especially when I'm recording, I'm a little bit anxious and I'm not so patient by drying. But you see, I mix two different colors of impasto paints, Mediterranean and the mint, and I mix them to create like the pattern I prefer, and I dry everything. And while I was doing this, it was not really dry, and that suddenly I noticed that again while I'm working with the liquid acrylic paint. But you can get anyone, and I like the contrast between matte and glossy. The impasto is matte paint and the liquid acrylics are a little bit glossy. And here I want to make like a deep color in the background of my paper clay, so I'm using the color amber, and it matches the paper perfectly, but it gives a little bit depth to the surface, and I can do the like shadowing. If I get too much, I only take a paper towel or a baby wipe to pull some off. My favorite color, liquid acrylic paint, burnt sienna, I'm playing with over the texture because I want something, because it's right now it doesn't give depth. And I want the burnt sienna to go in the gaps, in the text where I've been stamping. And the text goes perfectly, and you can see the roses doesn't show at all. But I'm not worried at all. There are solutions for everything. So I'm happy with this, and in this stage it doesn't look nice at all. So I'm thinking, what can I do? And I decide I want to frame my cover, and I use the metallic wax graphite. So I'm adding my hand, and you can use a paper or a palette or something. You don't need to do with your hand like me, but I'm adding the edges with the graphite metallic wax, and that is to give like a more grungy look, and also to frame how my look. It doesn't show so much, but I'm adding like in the corners to give it more dirty look, and I think that's make a great contrast to the light paint. So I go over the surface, make it really dark, and the spine is black, so I think that worked great. On the top of my paper clay, I want more light and to make more contrast to the background, so I'm using the metallic wax white pearl, and that's give really beautiful shine, and it doesn't cover too well, but that's just amazing with this color. It gives like more like a shine effect, and you still show the mix of color from impasto, but it gives like extra depth. Now I'm looking for something for my decoration, and I have a lot of Prima chipboard, so I'm thinking it's time to use them, and I'm thinking about composition, and of course we love gears, so why not use the gears? And I'm looking for great, and here we have like a bigger piece, and that's perfect for my background because I like to do like layering, and chipboards are always perfect. Can use them for a focal point, but I want to have it in the background. And here I have my new embossing ink pad, and I will ink everything, and I have like embossing powder from Stampendos, and it's like different sizes of the embossing powder. So I heat it, and my chipboards get like almost the look of metallic embellishments, and this is a great way to transform like that, and it's really shiny and grungy. Now it's the time to glue, and you can see I have like try out my composition, but I usually change my mind, but to get the idea that it can be, and it's so perfect to change your mind during the process. That's what you should do. Go with the flow. And I'm using the heavy body gel to glue everything. I think that's the absolutely best glue ever. It's so strong, and when you have like metallic embellishments and the clay is like a little bit porous, little bit not so metallic to metallic, and I think the heavy body gel is perfect because it's a little bit glossy now on the surface because of wax, but this is go perfect. And you see I'm mixing the chipboards metallics, and I also have a stamped butterfly from one of redesign of Prima's stamps what I've colored, and I colored with amber and liquid acrylic paint. So the liquid acrylic paint are so versatile and you can use them on many different projects. So gluing, have a clean brush to get off the excess of the heavy body gel. So I'm not so careful when I'm adding, but it's so easy to go afterwards and pull off the excess. Look at my inspiration, and I find it have like more darker shade because I picked the colors for inspiration, a little bit about the composition. So I will add the metallic wax emerald to get like a more intense, like a spot place. So more like a highlight, not all over the album. I pick some places because the title and the butterfly, they are like my focal point, and this way to highlight, like optional is the 3 places, but you can do more because I don't want it to be like emerald colored album. I want it to be more brownish and grungy, but it's always nice to add something to create like a contrast or frame it, and that you can make with some color. And the paper clay are like more bluish in the color, but the emerald make it like highlight all the project, so give it a little bit more personal touch, and I like it really much. Yeah, I must say that. I also want to add the paste dragon effect paste. Golden dragon paste is so amazing. It's like glitter and flakes, and this one is in gold. I'm adding at some random places. You can use this paste in stencils or with a spatula to bake like big chunky places, but here I only want to add like a little bit glittery, a little bit like shimmer on some spots around my embellishments, not everywhere. Some here and there, and it makes like extra effect. This is also to highlight all my project, to give some random places and not on flat surfaces, in some gaps. I try to fill out my project. So I just love the golden dragon, and it's gold and it's so beautiful. I say take care and hope you enjoy my project. I'm really happy with it. Please give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment. I would be really happy. Take care and see you soon again. Bye bye.